What's going on, everyone? Happy Monday to you guys. I hope you all had a great weekend. It is July 18, 2022, and let's get into another day trading recap. So this is how I did on the day today. Here are all my filled orders. There was 26 of them. And today I managed to end green on the day, so blessed for that to start the week off green. And here are my two totals for the day. I was up $28.89 on TQs, and on SQs I was up $6.28. So I was up just over $35 today. Not the biggest green day at all, but I'm definitely blessed to finally start being green. As you all know, I had a red streak last time I traded, so yeah, just it's a step in the right direction, and I wanted to go over how I was able to end green on a day and kind of what I did better this week, I think, than the previous weeks I've been doing that allowed me to end green today. So this is the Nasdaq. This is how it looked today, and right around here was the market open at 6:30 in the morning. And as you guys can see, right when the market was about to open up, I wanted to look at the different time frames, mainly the 5-day, 5-minute, to help kind of get an idea of where the market could be headed on the day. And as you guys can see, leading up to the market open today, NQ was continuously uptrending. It was being very bullish, and it was confirming this SMA line as a support. It kept basically just riding up above the SMA line and making these higher lows right here and these continuous higher highs, right? So let me remove those lines right there. I just want to give you guys an idea of how it looked, but it was making higher lows and higher highs. And when the market opened up, I saw that it could very well continue this pattern and start to go up. So my first trade was actually green on the day, and it ended up being the most I was green actually on the overall day. I was up like $42 on it, and it was right around this area. So if I can zoom in for you guys, 6:32 a.m. was my first trade, and as you guys can see, I end up averaging up with other 3/4 and cutting it for a nice little profit. Nothing big. I was only up like $42, but so basically right around here, like I showed you guys, I saw potential for it to be able to continue the uptrend. Let me show you guys one more time. Right around here is when the market's opening up, and I bought in at the lows, and as it started pushing, I averaged up and I decided to cut it basically right around here, this level right here. I cut it near the highs of the candle, and the reason for that is because as you guys can see, maybe it'll be better on the 1 day 1 minute. It was a very quick push in the morning, and a push that strong, that aggressively, and that quick right when the market opens up, it typically tends to be a little more choppy, so I just wanted to cut it after the nice little pop it had, right? It found the support, it started going, I averaged up, and it kept going, and it just shot up past the SMA, and I just decided to cut it because typically from my experience, it won't, the Nasdaq doesn't usually just break above a resistance and keep going to top VWAP. It'll break above it, and then maybe there'll be some choppiness, and then it'll start to go up. But as you guys can see today, once it neared the top VWAP, that was the high of the day, and it right after that ended up approaching it again, but ultimately selling off very aggressively, right? This was a pretty big sell-off, as you guys can see. If we look at the inverse ETF SQQQ, that was a nice size margin, right? 6.5%. Unfortunately, I was at work today, so I couldn't take part in that fun, but I want to show you guys something in terms of why do you guys think that it hit highs right here and ultimately ended up coming back down? Do you think that was kind of out of nowhere? Because it was still uptrending, right? This pattern was showing signs of a continuous uptrend. So does that seem kind of out of nowhere to you guys that it just broke the pattern? It shouldn't, because if you guys take a look at the even bigger time frame, not by much, right? We don't want to use the biggest time frames possible because we're day trading. We want the most relevant information. But if you guys take a look at it, look at the 10-day 30-minute. This was the 5-day 5-minute we're looking at right here, right? Continuous uptrend. But if you guys look at the 10-day 30-minute, as you guys can see in the past 10 days, it approached this previous resistance it hit right around here, this general area, and it ultimately ended up selling off aggressively. Now this shouldn't have been a surprise if you guys were able to look at it in the bigger time frames than Nasdaq and see that It previously had a high right around here, and it formed kind of a resistance area where it didn't want to cross anymore and ultimately sold off hard before it found another support and uptrended, right? And today when we hit that general area resistance again, it made lower highs. It couldn't pass above it, which would indicate signs that it was validating the resistance it previously had and it was going to try and sell off. And this was a very aggressive sell off. I wasn't expecting it to be that aggressive. But like I said, it shouldn't be a big shocker because you always need to make sure to pay attention to the bigger time frames. They can show you a potential resistance or support you may have not seen on a smaller time frame. So it made sense on why it was possible, obviously, for it to keep going up and make higher highs, and that would have probably pushed it to keep going bullish on the day. But because it made a lower high and validated this resistance right around here, it didn't want to keep going higher. Ultimately, ended up selling off very aggressively and hard, and now we could find some choppiness between where it wants to go, try and come back up and form a higher low, or ultimately validate these lower highs and end up maybe coming back up a little and selling off more. So that's what we want to be on the lookout for. I was able to kind of look at these general bigger time frames, and I wanted to stop trading once I knew it was going to be a very choppy time of day, which it was throughout the most of the start of the day. Since market open right around here, it was very choppy, right? It didn't have a clear direction. It was trading sideways. That's how you know you kind of want to steer away from it. And basically just set an alert so that if it breaks above or below where it's been trading between these general areas, then you kind of know that you should start paying attention to look at that general direction, right? That would have been your benefit today. So, like I said, guys, very blessed to start the week green. Last time I traded real money, it didn't go too well, but I definitely learned a lot. And today I was able to use what I learned to come out on top. And then, yeah, I'm very blessed for that. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I hope you'll tune in for the rest of the week. And I really hope you guys did learn something. And if you did, maybe even subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And make sure to drop a comment down below if you have any questions. Me and my brother will love to answer any questions you guys have. Just make sure to do your part in reaching out to us. So thank you guys all so much for watching, and have an amazing day.